Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and with me is my co-host, Nick Mulay. And here we have Jeremy York, the head of the Things Network, and our friends Jill and Nikki. Yeah, so
Hey.
glad,
Hi.
hey, so glad to be back at this. I'm finally over my cold. I got pretty sick last week, but just glad I've recovered and back at this. So yeah, tonight
Before we get started, I just want to say before we get started with anything, I just want to make a quick announcement. And Don, most of you guys already know this already. Tonight with this episode of Fear Fans, it's not going to be permanently, but this is going to be my last appearance on Fear Fans for a while because the fact that I do so many shows throughout the week, I really need a break. So that means for me that I will temporarily be gone. However, I will be making at least one or two appearances for when we get closer to the holiday Christmas season. So aside from that, I'll be taking a break. I don't know exactly how long, but it is going to be for a while. So just wanted to put it out there that I'll be temporarily gone for a little while.
I'll miss you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll still be part of it. I just need a break.
He'll be back in 2 weeks.
Jeremy would agree with me. I know he and I have spoken a lot of times about this, and he's really surprised by the amount of shows I do.
I'll be taking my own little break in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so will you too. That's right. So that makes two of us.
So you guys are leaving me all alone to do this.
You're stuck with me, Don.
Yeah, we're stuck with you, Nick.
Yeah, I'll still do reactions with Don. I just won't do the podcast shows as much because I'm lowering it down from 5 shows to 2 shows a week. So I'll be doing the other ones, just not this one along with my show and the Friday show.
5 shows.
Yeah, that's a lot of work for me.
Yeah, I mean, you got 5 shows. I only here's what do what I do, Nick. Just stick with one.
If I was able to, I could, but I gotta help out with Jeremy and then, of course, Lois at times.
Well, here's the thing, Nick. It's an unusual concept, almost unheard of, but I'm going to give you this option.
Okay.
You have a choice.
Yeah.
You have a choice to say no.
Really?
I know, but I love doing what I do.
It is out of this world, but you have the ability to say no.
I know. I just love doing what I do, though.
I know.
We all got to take a break every once in a while.
Oh, well, in my case, I had to because I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So tonight we are covering a movie that people have been waiting for the past 9 years for, and it is the adaptation for a popular horror game called Nights At Freddy's. And so I remember playing the game when it came out in 2014. It was an independent horror game created by Scott Cawthon, and it's well known for its jump scares. Basically what you do is you play as this night security guard at a long abandoned, shut down a pizza place for kids. It's basically like a Chuck E. Cheese, but instead it's called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And we got these, and the reason why it's like Chuck E. Cheese is because it has animatronics as well. And animatronics that consist of Freddy Fazbear, the bear, Bonnie, the rabbit, and let's see, Chica, the chicken, and let's see, a pirate fox named Foxy. And in this movie, they also threw in Mr. Cupcake, which doesn't get introduced into the second game, but yeah. Oh, and just to remind everybody, of what happens, what this game is. Let me pull this up right here. Here.
Hang on. I have it playing in the background, so watch me again.
Here, I got these. Yeah, sorry. The end of this ad is just here. I pressed the wrong button. I thought I muted it, but I was wrong. Okay.
At least that was the wrong button you did pick, and not some of the other ones.
Pickle Tom.
Tom.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
I know he said he's running a few minutes late, so he should be on soon.
Oh yeah. So here, I almost got it.
Is it like a video clip you're showing?
I'm just showing like a small
Trailer?
sample of it.
No,
it's not. It's not a trailer. It's like just a small sample. Hang on. Let me
Hey, Sarah.
Let me clear the screen.
I'll just be careful for the copyright hits.
Yeah.
It's this game. People have made videos of this game like crazy for the past 9 years. So pretty sure they're like at this point, YouTube's not going to care. So here, just to remind everybody, here's what happens when you lose at the game.
Wow.
Yep. You get jump scared by Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and of course Freddy. And oh man, that's the one.
Supposed to throw you off the game then?
Well, yeah, it's a game over if you get that screen. If you get that jump scare, like you have to start over because you play 5 nights. Of course, each night becomes more and more difficult because you got to keep those animatronics from getting in the security room. When they're in the security room, then it's jump scare. They got in, they jump scare you, and game over.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and you would also lose that if the power goes out too, because you use all kinds of power to keep doors closed and turn on lights to try to find these animatronics that are now come to life, and you got to check the monitors.
That's exactly what Billy says too. You lose after the power cuts out.
Yeah.
There is one thing I do want to address that what Billy was saying right here. Yeah, Blumhouse has been getting a lot of bad reviews, but the problem is that to me, the movies that they have been putting out are very good. It's just that they keep doing a whole bunch of remakes, and those remakes are not exactly living up to the expectation of the originals. So that's why they're getting the bad reviews. And whenever they come out with something new, it's bad automatically before people even have a chance to see it.
Right. The horror version of Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, exactly.
Did anybody listen to that? Did anybody listen to that video that I sent you guys? Speaking of which, of the horror version of Chuck E. Cheese, did you guys hear that afterwards?
Yes.
I saw a small clip of it, but I didn't have time to watch the whole thing.
It's creepy, even though it's more involving. It's an audiobook. It's a creepy story. I mean, probably as close as you can get to the film in a way.
Yeah, I guess. I thought the closest thing we could ever get to a Five Nights at Freddy's movie was the Banana Splits film movie. Remember that one?
Jeez, who doesn't?
Yeah, oh yeah, like where they had animatronics of the Banana Splits, and those characters came to life and were killing everybody.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess Nikki hasn't seen. Seen that one yet.
Oh yeah, it's a horror version of a kids show back in the 70s, and it's got some mixed criticism as well.
Yeah, I think actually late 60s, early 70s it originally came out. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, the actor who plays Mike, Josh Hutcherson. Yes, he was also known for The Hunger Games. Yeah, he was a main lead in that. Yeah, so it was cool seeing him in this. Oh man, but Five Nights at Freddy's. This is like bringing this to life in film. I imagine it would have been tough, but not impossible, because it's well known for having a terrifying lure involving children going missing at. Oh Jesus!
Oh, here we go. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for bringing that up.
No. I
have not forgotten about it. I've got it on my to-do list.
So Five Nights at Freddy's is known for a terrifying lure of children disappearing inside of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza when it was open, which led to being shut down, and how the animatronics turned out to contain the remains of the missing kids. That the man who owned and operated this place was a child murderer.
I mean, who would have guessed it?
What?
Right.
I mean, like the fact that it was operated by a child murderer. I mean, who would have guessed?
Wait, you're breaking up, Nick. What'd you say?
Oh, can you hear me now? Or
he didn't break up
to
me.
He was like cutting out to me.
Here, I'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
Hmm.
He was like cutting out from my end.
Now we're down to 4 Nights at Freddy.
Yep.
Yep.
One is already. Yep. They visited his house. That's what happened.
Cupcake on.
Jump scare. Ah!
Yep. Hey, Kate.
Hello?
Thank you so much
Hi,
for tuning in.
Kate.
Hey, Kate. So, yeah, Nick is now gone. Yeah, he's Freddie paid him a visit. Yeah. Could have been Freddie. It could have been Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. We don't know. We haven't figured that out yet. So,
Mr. Cupcake.
yeah. Or
It was
Mr.
Mr.
Cupcake. Yep. Mr. Cupcake. Okay.
First kill.
That's
Yep.
funny.
So, question is, who's next? I mean, my door's locked, so. Oh God, Nikki's gone.
Ah, cupcake.
Nikki.
Shit.
Oh no, Nikki's. Oh here, or they allied with Jack Skellington.
Cupcake.
Yeah, Jack Skellington animatronic at Nick's place. Yeah, they conspired with Freddy Fazbear's. Yeah. Oh here, Billy is saying, Truth or Dare, Fantasy Island, Black Christmas. Oh yeah, that's right. Blumhouse did make those. Oh, he's back.
Okay.
Nope.
Is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. We thought the animatronics paid you a visit.
Well, apparently Tom just said one night at Nick's.
Yes.
Hey, Tom.
Oh here.
I already.
I'm glad Matthew Lillard in this movie. Yes, Matthew Lillard was like the surprise villain in this. Like he started off as like this job coach that was trying to help Mike find a job after he got fired from somewhere else, but then gave him the job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But surprise, it turns out that this job coach was actually the owner of Freddy Fazbear's and responsible for the children disappearances and abductions, and William Afton, who was also a character in the game series. So he's part of that lore. Let's hope they release an unrated version. Totally. Because they're
What's going on, Kate? Does anyone remember how uncomfortable Ren and Stimpy was? I totally forgot about it until the other day.
I've never seen that, honestly. When it first came out, the concept of it, I just was not interested in the show.
What about you, Don?
Hey, Ren and Stimpy, I didn't really pay much attention to that show like back then, but yeah, like I did hear years later that it got controversy because of all the gross out humor.
I used to watch it, honestly, but I guess I wasn't really fully aware of how messed up on some of the things they did on that show. So
Watch this movie next.
I bet I watched like a 3 or 4 year old once, and that's all he had, like tapes. He's like, put on my movie, and his parents left saying, put on his movies, because that's what he wants. And I put the movie in, and it's Ren and Stimpy cartoons recorded, and I was like, your parents let you watch this? Crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. As an actor, I'm not a fan of Josh Hutcherson. He was not as motive enough as Kristen Stewart. Oh yeah.
I thought he did a pretty good job on this movie here when it comes to doing that, because the character that he played in this movie, throughout the entire thing, they kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper in the character development. I thought he did quite well on that.
I thought he did too. Gave him a fairly like a plausible backstory. Because because when we first see, because thinking back to how the games were, Mike Schmidt, that character from the movie in the game, like he didn't have a face, he was unseen, no backstory, he was just there, trying to stay alive. But here, this backstory that they gave him, gave him some serious depth, like motive as to why he's trying to dream and find his brother, because that's the thing, he has a troubled past, which led to why he punched out a father who was who he thought he was a kidnapper at his last job, but because Mike's own brother had been abducted as a kid, and that traumatized him. So he's trying to he spends his whole life trying to figure out who did it.
Yeah, thanks, Kay. I just realized this is my first show, I think, with my hair actually showing, because the last episode we did was Halloween, and I had to make I guess I'm gonna have to explain. I had to make the sacrifice to cut my hair when I had to put the ball cap on as Jack. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that most people are noticing it now. Don't
Surprised you
worry,
didn't
the
shave
long
it
hair
off.
will oh no, that is not happening. I was about to say, don't worry, the long hair will be back real. It'll grow back fast.
Wait.
Who
Creator
are
of Remnants.
Billy?
What, Jeremy?
What?
Creator.
Who are Billy and Mandy?
You don't know
Wait,
who
wait.
Oh, you don't know who they are?
Wait,
No.
Nick, look at this.
Let's see. Peter of Ren and Stimpy was whoa,
Cartoon.
whoa.
I didn't even know about this.
Oof. I'm gonna have to go back onto my records and stuff like that.
Somehow it's all connected to what is known as the Weinstein effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope not.
man. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, to answer your question, Billy. Yes, I do remember Billy and Mandy. I watched a few episodes of that. I think it's better than Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Jeremy, Billy and Mandy was a cartoon from the early 2000s. It was notable too for at times being relatively graphic, but it had a good run. They're actually re-showing that show on Cartoon Network now as part of their checkered background, which is great to see it back. And I got to respond to this quickly. What just Sarah said looks good. Your Jack Skellington gave me John Wayne Gacy vibes. I'm
Killer vibes.
I am not touching that one. I am not.
Now, the whole thing with the Cartoon Network, when it came out and I saw some of the cartoons that were coming out, I didn't care for it because, one, I thought the animation was bad because it was nothing like what the cartoons were. They were bad. And it seemed like that they were trying to go cross the line a lot of times from what kids should be seeing at their young ages. Yeah, so Cartoon Network just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I think it was probably for me. I think it was a different story for me. And yes, and Sarah just brought up two other ones: Courage Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory, and Ed and Eddie are part of.
I love those ones.
But real quick, Pickle Dog.
Yeah.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad.
Yeah, Pickle Top. Hey, yeah. So yeah, like they just brought up Cartoon Network, and so you guys mentioned Cartoon Network, but one of the Cartoon Network's biggest actors is in this, Matthew Lillard, who is known for playing Shaggy, which I've said it before, I'll say it again. That's the role that was meant for him.
Yes,
Obviously.
Yeah,
Totally. Because
I really liked it.
Oh man, and like because. And now seeing him as a villain role again in a horror film, it's pretty crazy because I think, to my knowledge, this is the first time he's done a villain role in horror since Scream.
Yeah. Well, he also did that remake of 13 Ghosts.
Oh yeah, I said villain role, but and also he did kind of a Ghostface like a Scream reference in the movie, like when it was revealed to be the killer, he took that knife and just did this, sniping it.
Yeah.
Stu, so yeah, exactly, Billy. Stu returned.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, somehow takes more than a TV, in his face. So more than that to take him down. Yeah, and I just like one of the things that I absolutely love about Five Nights at Freddy's were the animatronics of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Mr. Cupcake, because all of those, compared to the game, those looked legit. Like they looked at exactly how like they couldn't have done better. That was like really did it justice. And I was like kind of surprised to learn that all of this was made possible by Jim Henson's company. Jim Henson. Yeah, so these terrors were made by the same guys who brought us Big Bird.
Nice.
It's hard to believe that's that it was made by that company. You honestly, and I said this when we were watching. I there was a few times I even had a few like Tim Burton like vibes from some of the effects of the animatronic. I mean, maybe that's just from my view, my personal opinion, but it just just had that feeling to it a little bit, kind of thrown into it.
Funny that you chose
Yeah,
Big
I
Bird
agree.
out of all the
I
different
was thinking
puppets.
more of Puppet Master because of how dark the
Yeah.
film was.
Puppet Master, yep.
Big
Yeah.
Bird was the only one from Sesame Street that I know of that got his own movie. Follow That Bird.
That's right.
That was back in the
I
80s.
I remember that when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
When they
watched it, even though I was
Oh, wow.
a teenager by then. I was like, you know what? I got to watch this.
Me too.
Yeah, that's Billy. This is what I was trying to say to you, Nick. That he didn't have a villain role in 13 Ghosts. Like what I said was this Five Nights at Freddy's was his first big villain role since Scream.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying that he was in another horror film in between. He
Wow.
just wasn't the villain in it. Kate,
That role was more of a tweener role, if anything else.
so Kate here
Yeah.
had a question.
Here. I was jealous.
What's that?
Billy. It's true. They were Jim Henson's company did that. It brought to life. I wonder if Jim Henson were alive today. I wonder how he'd feel about this. Like animatron, some of his work being depicted as animatronics that want to kill people.
So Kate was asking,
At the times.
you guys remember The Haunting? I think it was 2001. It was one of the first modern horrors that she watched. It's like, isn't that remake from 19? I thought it was 1999.
Catherine Zeta-Jones,
99, the one with Liam Neeson.
Liam
I guess.
Neeson,
I've never
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I've never seen the remake. I mean, I knew it was not good. I've seen the original, but
Okay.
I'm surprised this really freaked Kate out, to be honest with you.
It's well, there is one scene. There's one scene there towards the end where I won't say who, but one of the main characters in the film gets decapitated by some big swinging stone thing.
Okay.
I remember that.
And that particular scene stuck with me out of that entire movie. And that's really all I remember of that movie was when that one person got the head.
Oh,
Right.
Jim,
Oh, here,
Jim
Sarah
Henson's-
brings. Sarah
Yeah.
brings up a good point. Yeah.
he did Labyrinth and Black Crystal, yeah.
Oh yes, and also
Black
He was,
Crystal's awesome.
They horror movies though.
Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
Yep, and yeah, that's what it was. I was about to say I don't think it's Black Crystal. I think it's
No, I said it and I went, no, that's not right.
yeah, I was thinking yeah,
Yeah.
but
Dark.
yeah, this is true, Billy. He also gave us the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from 1990, which it's worth noting that this was the last film. That was the last film that his company worked on before his death in 1990.
That was the one with Corey Feldman in it, right? As one of the voices.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Michelangelo.
wasn't he in it too?
Yeah, he voiced Donatello, I think.
Donatello.
Billy, I've seen the House on Haunted House. I mean, it's great. House on Haunted Hill remake.
I was like,
So there's this haunted house, and then they put a house on top of it. And
or is it a house within a house?
Yeah, no, I've seen the remake.
I've seen the house.
Well, that would be the house in haunted house. He said the house on haunted house.
that's-
Labyrinth, good movie, yeah.
Oh yeah, Labyrinth was a good movie. Yeah, David Bowie. Yeah, that was great.
Dance magic dance.
Oh yeah, and so yeah, these animatronics, amazing work went into those, especially like Nick.
And
You were
guns.
Nick, you were commenting about Chica when like at that point where she turned and like winked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
What's up, Joe?
hey, how's it going,
Yeah.
Joe? Thanks
Hey,
for tuning
Joe.
in. Yes. Oh, when we did the the private watch party for this movie, Joe was he able to stay on, or was he able to watch the movie? Or?
He
Well,
was
you know,
in the
He
first
wasn't
2
he
or 3
wasn't able
minutes.
to.
Okay, because I thought he had like a bad connection that cut him out or something.
No, he
But-
had to jump off because what were you saying, Jeremy? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No,
cut
I
you
was saying that Joe ended up leaving about 2 or 3 minutes in because of his connection.
his connection. Yeah.
Oh, and we have a viewer from Twitch. Thanks for
Oh.
joining us.
Hi there.
Oh, here.
Welcome.
Hi there. Thanks for tuning in.
But
Yep.
but Billy, wasn't Elmo and
Hey.
Grouchland like released to home video? It wasn't in the theaters. I meant the only one in the theaters. Big Bird's movie.
Billy.
Oh, here. John, did you watch it on Discord? No, I actually have a Peacock account, and you know how Peacock said like they always have like certain movies that are in theaters on there. Like they just appear in theaters and on there. But yeah, what we did was we created a private room. You know, this wasn't we didn't create do a live session like we did on here. and I shared my screen when I played the movie on my laptop, so everybody that was in the studio here was able to see it. So,
And the fun part, at least for myself, Don, and Nick, is that we was able to watch everybody else's facial expressions
Yeah.
the whole movie. So half the time I was laughing because of Don's facial expression.
I was too.
And he had this look on his face.
Yeah. Yeah, here. This is another answer for
Wonder
you.
what else.
He wasn't able to see the chat because
There you
you know,
go.
Oh,
he had the eye surgery about 1 week ago, which he is starting to see better now. So I'm glad.
that's right.
Yep.
He's doing great. Look who's also here. Brad's in the house.
Hey, Brad.
Brad.
Wait, look what said Brad just said.
oh, come on,
Yeah.
Brad. You cut his
Look at
hair.
How did you oh, don't even
Brad.
start Brad on this show. Don't
He's going for a
even
real
start.
estate agent job.
Illinois.
Okay. Oh, still.
Here, it says, Don, do you have Twitch now? Yes, I do. I just set it up. I'll post a link. I'm gonna add that onto my YouTube channel. So, yeah, there's still a little bit of work I got to do on it, but before I, add videos. But yeah, I'll get to it.
Yeah, here Joe says he can see much better than he has in years. So I'm really glad the surgery went really well for him.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I'm glad to hear that, Joe. Glad it
So
worked out.
he's got one more on his right eye, December 6th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, keep us updated. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're starting to get better, Joe.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, we watched this from Peacock, and yeah, it was pretty much what I was expecting. There were some jump scares here and there, but yeah, like I was impressed with like I said, the animatronics were one of the best things about the whole movie. But also, some of the kills were just, I mean, it was a PG-13 film, so they couldn't really do much. But I think we could all agree the one that really, wait, is there?
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah, I'm hearing-
Well, couldn't possibly be me. I had headphones in, or earbuds rather.
I gotcha. But it's okay now. But yeah, like probably like the most shocking death of the whole movie. Like, well, not shocking, but like it was just like you didn't expect it to be that brutal in a PG-13. Where the when they go into trash, like the Freddy Fazbear's restaurant, like because there's like the aunt who wants custody of Abby, who is the younger sister of Mike. Wants to label Mike as an unfit parent, but yeah, the aunt sends in like a group of goons, which includes Abby's babysitter, and which I'm trying to remember what her name was.
Max.
Yeah. Oh, what was that, Max? Oh yeah, it was Max. But yeah, like, and so Max like is animatronics go after all these goons for when they're trashing the pizza place one by one. The animatronics kill them, but when Max encounters a seemingly idle Freddy Fazbear, walks up to his face. She gets pulled into his mouth and then is bitten in half. I was just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like somebody getting ripped in half in a PG-13. That's rare.
And Sarah, there are still Chuck E. Cheese's, so they're
Yeah,
not
I'm not
completely
Sarah
gone.
was asking. Sarah was
yeah.
asking this.
I grew up with Shakey's.
And pickle.
Yeah, I think it's just Disney now. I mean, there is still a Chuck E. Cheese in my neighborhood, which
There's
I'm
a
never
few
taking.
still here.
Yeah, and I'm never taking my kids to that after seeing this movie.
Well, if you heard that story too that I say the abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, you sure as hell would never want to take them back. I mean, take them over there. So, but real quick, I just got to say what Sarah said. If he had a side part, he's talking about me. He would look like Mike Ricksecker.
Oh my God. I wait that Shakey's, missed that pizza. Oh man.
I liked Shakey's.
Yeah, I really thought Chuck E. Cheese went bankrupt and went out of business. I think there was a point where they did go bankrupt, but they bounced back from that.
See,
Well,
one
there
place
is
I
a
do
Chuck E.
remember.
Cheese in Fort Wayne, and I think they're still open.
See, one other place I could think of, it didn't have animatronics, but it was such a big place in the 90s, though. I think Chuck E. Cheese's guy took over it. Do any of you guys remember that place, Discovery Zone, DZ?
There was also Celebration Station. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys had them out there, but we had them here. They had animatronics.
We had Discovery Zone over here.
Had that too.
So
Didn't last here.
yeah, so yeah, go to Chuck E. Cheese if you want to experience some creepy and hopefully not possessed animatronics. Because
Well, the creepiest thing is, for those that didn't hear the creepy pasta story of the abandoned Chuck E. Cheese, what's even creepier though is that they're not possessed. They just come to life. So they are their own personal entities.
yeah, because
The other place that I was able to find is Showbiz Pizza, but that's also the same as Chuck E. Cheese. It's the same company.
I was going to say it's the same company, isn't it?
Yeah.
so yeah, but
And Billy just said
Yeah.
it too.
oh yeah, but I mean, these animatronics. One thing that surprised me in this film is that when the first night when Abby was brought into place, this was after Max was killed. Max and her buddies were killed by the animatronics, and which kind of serves them right because breaking into that place and causing thousands of dollars worth of damage, so committing multiple felonies, and I'm pretty sure the animatronics were not pretty sure, they were definitely not very pleased with that.
So about that particular scene, there towards the end, the big guy that's got that really high pitch.
Cape.
Oh, that was so funny. I laughed my ass off so hard on that one because automatically I was thinking of Dean Winchester from Supernatural when they had that one episode and he was all of a sudden everything.
Yeah.
The way that he would scream, that was what that one guy reminded me of.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh, now check this out.
The end of the movie. She was bad. But she got her comeuppance later on. There was like a different, and I was confused like about the way that Freddy looked when it was in the house and like killed her off screen. But that Freddy, but I remember there was that golden Freddy that was featured in the games. So I believe that's what that was in the movie, like that version of Freddy.
So check this out. Brad just sent this to me of Showbiz, and it shows the pictures of the animatronics. You guys tell me this doesn't look creepy. I'm going to put this on solo layout. Look for it. You guys see it?
Not very well.
No,
Not really.
not well.
No luck. Okay, I'll have to send it in the chat then.
Yeah.
Yep. So let me just open this image on the new tab. Okay, I wanted to share this with everybody, like the picture of the animatronics that were featured in this film. These were the ones that were created by Jim Henson's company. So this is like this is amazing. Like just like in the game. Here we got Freddy, Roddy, Chica, and Foxy.
Now, of those four, the fox was the one that actually made me feel sorry for.
It was.
I actually felt bad for the fox.
Yeah,
I can see. I can see why. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for all of them. I mean, these were children that Afton had murdered, and we were controlling their souls, putting them putting their bodies inside these animatronics where they wouldn't be found. Which one flaw with that, I'm pretty sure that the smell of a rotting corpse would have been a giveaway.
Now, in the game, does it have that same kind of backstory as what this movie did, or was it added for the movie?
It was. I don't believe that was added for the movie. I believe, like throughout the game series, like like the game series gets pretty complex. So like as far as the lore, like you find out that these are animatronics that were possessed by the spirits of children who disappeared from Freddy Fazbear. You find out by the third game that it was caused by the owner / engineer named William Afton, who had his own animatronic suit of a yellow rabbit. Nicknamed Springtrap, and which they also featured in the movie. Crazy to see Matthew Lillard inside that yellow rabbit suit. But it starts off like the movie takes place in the year 2000, just like in the game. The place is shut down for years, and then the second game there was like a prequel that shows a different location different Freddy Fazbear's location, like so where it was in business, where they explored the lore even more, and where they also featured Balloon Boy, which was also featured in this movie as like that little statue.
Kept showing it.
Oh yeah. Then by the third game, it takes place like 20 years after the first game, where they were creating a haunted attraction based on the Five Nights at Freddy's restaurant, and that's where we're introduced to William Afton, Springtrap. Yeah, it's basically explains the whole lore through those games.
So hopefully they'll make a part 2 and 3 for the film series and match it through the games. That would be really interesting to see.
Oh yeah, I'm interested to see how much further they can take this because they are promising sequels.
Yeah.
Nick, I looked at that picture.
What?
Oh my God, the one you sent in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Brad sent that too.
Yeah, it's creepy, right?
The bottom two on the left look like they're stoned out of their mind. But the one in the top right looks like a male mouse that's dressed up in drag.
Wait, can we display that? Like, is anybody able to put that on?
You're right. Nikki's gonna try. Out. Let's see.
No. It's not gonna.
It's a little pixelated.
The one on the top left actually came right out of the Banana Splits movie.
It kind of does.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
It looks like Cocaine Bear.
It probably is. Cocaine Bear.
Now, Wolf there on the bottom looks like he's holding up a box.
I don't know.
Yeah, yay.
I have it up. I'm sharing the screen.
Okay. See, everyone's really recalling that Showbiz was probably the creepiest animatronic.
I miss Showbiz.
When did that originally close down?
Well, Showbiz Pizza, to what I remember, Showbiz Pizza was over in the West, while Chuck E. Cheese was in the East. Just like how it is with Rallies and Checkers,
or like Hardee's and Carl's Jr.
Yeah,
Hardee's and Carl's Jr.'s. Yeah.
As far as I remember, that's how Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese is.
Okay. So it was essentially the same company, just different names.
Yes.
Oh, here, Brad. Brad just sent me a picture of what his daughter drew. Here, I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
Send it to me too, Brad.
Do we dare look? I'm kind of nervous.
No, here, I'll put it up. I got it.
Whoa!
I want to see.
Wow, she really put detail in it.
Love it.
Yes, she did.
Yep, it's Chica and Mr. Cupcake.
Wow.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I love that.
And then there's cupcakes is in here.
Oh, your daughter's got real good skill, Brad.
I also she faded in from orange to yellow instead of the cold turn. She just faded from one color to the other.
Yeah, great for only 10 years old. Yeah, for her age.
That is great. Yes. Oh, here, Billy. I haven't seen the Marvels just yet. I didn't get time to go to the movies, but I might Friday. I might go be able to go see it.
I haven't seen it.
So it actually closed down November '93 in March. Well, that's also kind of the same thing too. A few years later with most of those other entertainment centers, including DZ, also merged with Chuck E. Cheese. Or he means '94.
That's what CEC is. Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, see, that's what I said. Yeah, but I'm saying DZ also merged with that company too.
Oh. I misheard you then.
Oh, here. Sarah is asking. Here. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are this Saturday.
Yes. Yeah, we're excited for that.
To review it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Nick, can you at least be on here for that? Like when we cover.
I
actually might. I mean, I know now that I'm thinking about it, and I just
if there is no might, only do.
No,
let's try.
Wait.
As I was even thinking that, well, wait a second. How is everyone going to be able to see my Thanksgiving lights? you know, by that.
You see it now.
Hey Nick,
I'm waiting for one more set of string lights. I want the whole thing completed, so I'm waiting for one more, and then I can show you guys.
Yeah. Hey Nick, as a wise man once said, try not, do, or do not. Every step.
Now, is Thanksgiving going to be on Peacock?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
That
reminds me of something else,
If
Todd.
it was, and I try to watch it and be on with you guys for that one because I really do want to see that show.
That reminds me because
Peacock.
since we're talking about briefly Thanksgiving, there are two pictures I'd like to show to kind of, I guess you can kind of say promote for the film. And Don, I don't know if you know which pictures I'm talking about. This will take a minute or two, but you're gonna have to see what pictures I'm talking about. So bear with me for about a minute or two. I mean, keep talking, and I'll tell you guys when I have the pictures ready.
Yes, and wait, Billy. Let me respond to Billy's question. He said before you see Thanksgiving, can you show the original Grindhouse fake trailer with the guys covering the movie? Yeah, I can't show the fake trailer on here because I can't show it live because it'll show explicit content that I can't censor. Because I reacted to the fake trailer. It's on my YouTube channel. I reacted to it, and there was some content I had to censor out. So, yeah, I can't show that.
I've never had to alter any of my videos I put up. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Of course you don't, because that's your YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, and I don't curse on there.
I won't even talk about the Things Network channel.
Oh my God.
Okay, I got the first picture uploaded. Hang on. You guys are gonna love this. Don, you'll remember these pictures very quickly.
Okay.
That laugh.
Sorry.
It's like semi-evil.
Okay, so here's our way. Okay, they're uploading now. Okay, so here's our way of kind of promoting for Thanksgiving. Check this out.
Yeah, we took that picture when we saw the new Saw 10 movie.
Yeah, when we saw this new Saw movie at that time.
I gotta say that is the perfect picture for that poster. The only thing that would look better is if Nick was actually on his back and you take a full body picture of him and he's on his back and he's got his hands up, his legs up.
Well,
Just
that's
put
not
little
all.
white booties on the end.
Put that on the poster.
Well, that's not all. Don got his share too.
Yes, I was doing that thing like I was doing that thing like how when you see like something dead in like cartoons where their eyes are rolled back and their tongue's sticking out. That's what I was doing.
Poor Nick.
I know this now. Okay.
Yeah, my eyes were rolled back.
It looked like you took his picture and put it on the poster. Now I see what the poster is.
It's Andy.
So, oh yeah, my eyes were rolled to the back of my head in this picture. I don't think they caught that really well.
No, it did not. Looks like
You
your
look
eyes
like
are.
Yeah, you look more angry looking.
Oh,
like a Kiss character.
Almost like it's almost like you're expressing your
No
disgust.
makeup.
Like, oh, they had to pick me today.
And Brad, no, Nick was not getting stuffed because the part of him that would be getting stuffed was already cut out. The only hole he had was his mouth.
yeah, we've been killed. We're leftovers. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I mean, the concept of the film, a killer pilgrim going after people on Thanksgiving, that's got my interest. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually the first real, it looks like it's the first real Thanksgiving. I mean, there's been a few other horror films made around Thanksgiving, but they are absolutely terrible films. This is like the first one where it actually looks pretty good.
Yep. And Sarah's saying that I look more Jokerish. No, no, that's not Jokerish. This is Jokerish. Why so serious? There, I believe that whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you strange.
Okay, well, he's doing nothing here.
My father.
No way. Hang on a second. Here, put that back up, Nick. Hang on.
Oh my
You trying to
god.
give a closer look?
She's frozen.
Now John got black eyes.
Yeah, your eyes look black this time.
Wow. Yeah, I was like I said, guys, yeah, like I said, guys, I was trying to do that thing in cartoons where where something is dead and has their tongue out and the eyes are rolled to the back of their head. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, did you talk about that torture device at the very beginning of the film?
Oh no,
yes.
the torture devices. Yeah.
That made me think of Saw. That I was getting some serious Saw vibes off of that.
That's exactly what it was. So
Yeah, because that was also in the game where where when you start the game, there was like this manager who calls you, leaves a voicemail message saying what the animatronics would do if they saw you. They said that if you're caught at nighttime and if you're without a suit, that's against their rules. So if they catch you without a costume, they'll try to forcefully stuff you in a mechanical suit. And if they put the mask on you, it would like all that mechanical stuff pressing against your face, your eyes will burst through and your teeth will come through the front. Like, he would say stuff like that in the game. So that part was accurate in this movie compared to the game.
now, wasn't there something with Matt Lillard's suit that was doing something to him on the inside?
Yeah, there was. They were talking about how all these, how Matthew Lillard's character. They were talking about how William Afton in the game was killed and his body was inside of the Springtrap, the Yellow Rabbit suit. So that part was pretty accurate. Here, not on YouTube because Facebook over time me out for an hour. Oh, I gotcha. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't show like that fake trailer, Billy, unless it's censored because otherwise, because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Yeah, that was fun for me to edit when I did the reaction video. Yeah, censoring out that bit with that girl jumping around. Yeah,
Editing sucks.
yeah, but editing can be fun because it gives you the chance to be creative. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I learned that at the university.
It's just so time consuming sometimes, even for the simplest edits that you have to do over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Now, what I like is how they kept going back to the woods where the guy's brother was kidnapped. But every time he went back to those woods, there was something different. And finally, it got to the point where, okay, here's your explanation, or here's your opportunity to change it. So it makes you wonder, okay, this is in his dream, so that they're giving him an opportunity to change it. If he had actually taken that route in the dream, would that have changed anything later after that?
And because of the whole dream thing, that's where it got its vibes of Nightmare on Elm Street. It had like a little bit of a lot of different horror movie vibes throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true. And it feels like the spirits when they were being controlled by William Afton, like in Mike's dreams, I feel like Afton was using those children to manipulate Mike in order to claim another victim, because that's the thing. William Afton was a child murderer. He's not gonna. I mean, that's the thing. His killing spree was never going to stop unless he was stopped. Mm-hmm. He was going to keep claiming more victims. He had his eyes on Abby. She would have been next, so Mike had to step in and save her from and also to expose, William Afton to the spirits of those children and remind them about what he did, that he killed them. Yeah, that he's the reason why they are trapped. Their souls are trapped inside those animatronics.
at the beginning, when he was the boss of the security firm, and he hires Josh to do the job. He's on the phone with him, and there was a specific laugh that he did, and that laugh told me you're the bad guy right there at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I say I know who the bad guy is.
Oh yeah. I mean, they do hint at a guy in a yellow rabbit suit, like in the title sequence, that 8-bit title sequence that showed children being lured away. What is everybody laughing at?
I was just laughing at Nick because we're talking about an evil laugh, and then right afterwards, his laugh comes out and it sounded a little bit like Dr. Evil. He's like,
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, they did like show like what was going on as far as children in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, because of that in the title sequence. It showed that 8-bit sequence of Yellow Rabbit taking kids one by one, and so they did hint at it in the beginning. But since I played the game, I was all too familiar with the lore, so I pretty much knew what was going on.
That was assuming that they stuck with it, because a lot of times they change it around and it doesn't even remotely look anything like the original story.
Right. Oh yeah, like man, I mean, the games, like as you play them, like it's always like a different scenario each time. Like there's a point where you have to, like in the third game, you have to like watch the cameras, like cameras inside of a vent. Like that's something people do, put cameras inside of a vent. Yeah,
They've done that in countless movies.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, like they always try to switch things up into the games, even though it was the same old kind of. Even though the objective was pretty much the same, you had to keep these possessed animatronics from getting to you. But they always like to switch things up. They changed the look of the animatronics. They even gave them in the fourth game. They actually gave the animatronics like about several different rows of teeth. Made them look more intimidating.
Yeah, more menacing looking.
Yeah. I'm just wondering at which point in this film series are they going to have that?
Now, one thing that was a nice little touch was Vanessa in it, the female cop, and her ending up being Matton's daughter.
Yeah, basically being involved.
Yeah, because they actually did. It's like I kind of thought something was up when she came to the place. Like I was checking on Mike and having like knowledge of of that children's fast food joint, and just saying that she loves the animatronics. And yeah, like the thing that surprised me most about the animatronics in this movie was showing like them being nice to people, like bonding with Abby on several of those nights, and they were all getting together to build that fort. Like the animatronics were actually actually having a good time with everybody. I'm like, that took me by surprise.
It actually makes sense because those are spirits of young children her age. So to me, that makes perfect sense.
It does.
Yeah, it's just like because they were never like that in the games, so that's kind of what shocked me about it. But but it was kind of a nice, kind of a feel good scene, like, and especially like that part where you guys laughed. We all laughed at this point where Bonnie was like trying to pick up a table to create the fort and then fell backwards, and then Abby was like, "Are you okay?" And then Bonnie gave a thumbs up. Yeah.
All good, man. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
What? It was actually a much better movie than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't giving it much credit, and I thought, all right, I'll watch this, and it's gonna suck. But it wasn't there.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's like when it comes to video game movies, I try to maintain a little bit of optimism because even though they didn't start off so well during like the first 10 years, like of video game movies didn't start off so well, but they have been improving over recent years. Like best example, The Last of Us on HBO Max. That
Yeah.
was amazing adaptation of a game.
I love that one.
Yes.
Yeah, House of the Dead was terrible.
That's
Oh
what
my
I've
God,
heard.
House of the Dead. That's the worst horror film I've seen. Not Jaws the Revenge, like Brad always points out. No. House of the Dead is
Careful, Don. Brad's watching.
I don't care. I'm just gonna say now, House of the Dead is the absolute worst horror film I've seen, and I just feel sorry for every poor soul that paid money to see it. Did I pay to see it? No, I did not. When I saw it when I was a teenager, my parents had rented it from Blockbuster. I didn't pay for that movie.
But somebody did.
Yeah,
So
someone did.
So
It wasn't me.
with video games being adapted into movies, and it seems like 99% of it is all in the horror genre, with the exception of like Super Mario.
Yeah.
games like
Well,
but
Tomb Raider.
how was Resident Evil
I mean,
compared to the game?
compared to this game was more faithful to the game franchise. Resident Evil felt more like Resident Evil fan fiction. Like somebody was just like fantasizing different scenarios, like on focusing on just one central original character that they made up for a story, and then throwing in characters, dragging characters out of in between movies with very little explanation. You know, I mean, it didn't feel like that much like it, I didn't get that same kind of feeling when I'm playing a Resident Evil game. You know, it just didn't feel the same.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Brad. Didn't even have to bring it up.
I was trying to hold it. Oh, sorry.
Brad, with you, you don't even have to bring it up, and it's already in the back of our minds.
So, Brad, you were saying that Alice wasn't even a character. It wasn't even a character in Resident Evil. Yeah. Here.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, Brad, you were saying that Alice wasn't even a character in Resident Evil. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Alice was like a central character, an original character made up for the movie universe, and also the actress Amelia Volvich ended up marrying the director. Paul W.S. Anderson. Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson was like he created this universe of Resident Evil movies. So,
wow.
And it became less and less faithful to the franchise as it went on. Like seriously, in Resident Evil Apocalypse, they made my childhood fear Nemesis, even made that like sloppy work with it, like completely destroyed the mystique of the character by making that reveal. Like, really?
Wow. There's that Twitch viewer I was watching. Animatronic that was just a head with teeth. Was that reincarnated? Because all it did was try to bite people. Have a hard time believing it was a child.
Yeah.
He makes
That's
you
what little kids do. Little kids will bite you until you teach them not to bite.
Pretty much. Same.
Now, on Five Nights at Freddy, there was another really, really creepy character, although I don't think they necessarily intended it to be, was the aunt's lawyer.
Oh, yeah. He was just very suspicious. Like, I don't know what it is with this guy, but there's something really weird with this guy.
He's been through some stuff, man. You know?
Yep.
Seen some stuff
and things.
Yeah,
recommend it.
That he was also in Renfield.
That's right.
Seriously?
Here, Brad is saying that Balloon Boy will be creepier in the next movie. Oh yeah, in the next movie he'll be creepier. Yeah, totally.
Balloon Boy, which one was that?
That was that
the
little
toy you kept seeing.
The toy you kept seeing in this movie. You know, the one with the balloon.
I've seen some other stuff since that movie, so I don't remember it all.
I got you.
The one that I remember was the little boy that Mike was chasing after, and finally caught up with him, and he was the one that kind of explained what was going on, and also gave him the option to save his brother and change everything that's happened since then.
Oh yeah, and and also that boy, that spirit was Freddy Fazbear. Yeah, because that's the thing. These ghost children inside of Mike's dreams were the spirits that were possessing the animatronics. So that I figured that was the case because one of them had was wearing those rabbit ears, and I'm thinking Bonnie. So,
Leon just said this. Thought Mike in this movie. He thought he plays dad.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, there was kind of a big age difference between Mike and Abby. I'm thinking, wait, that's his little sister? I thought it was his daughter or something.
Well, I mean, if you think about, I mean, that's not unusual. I mean, think about it, Don. I got a sister of mine who's like 20 years older than me, so that's not unusual.
It's not that uncommon as people think.
I mean, I guess I'm just so used to saying, I just throughout my life, I've just seen families who have, there are children who are, closely aged. I mean, I have two older sisters. Like the oldest is 5 years older than me. My other sister, my oldest sister Kristen's 5 years older than me. My other sister Liz is 2 years older than me. So I guess I just see too many families that are like that,
Yeah, I'm the youngest of all the kids, and the next youngest is 8 years older than me, and the oldest is 16 years older.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I said, with my sister, she's like almost 20 years older than I am, so it's not unusual. So
I gotcha.
Twitch. I'm not sure how to pronounce the Twitch viewer's name, so that's why I'm just calling him the Twitch viewer. Yeah, I know we were just talking about that. But I just want to show that quickly.
Yeah, I think. Are we to believe that he somehow turned somebody into a? Yeah, pretty much. Or that was just another way to kill someone. Well, they were keeping some bodies like hidden in other places, so maybe they turned them into animatronics. Maybe, yeah, but they never were very clear on that. But the only time they were clear on that was with the children. The children were stuck in those animatronics because William Afton was trying to use thought of that as just a clever way to hide his victims. But again, the smell of their rotting corpses didn't serve as a giveaway.
They ever say what happened to his parents? I remember he spoke about what happened to his parents.
Yeah, was it an accident or something?
His mom died, a few years back. And then his dad, I guess, just couldn't bear to really take care of the kids, so he just moved away.
Man,
basically leaving them to fend for themselves.
Jesus. But yeah, they had that whole aspect of broken family thrown into this. So, and it's just amazing how they just created all this stuff for a character who, in the game,
you never see,
you never know nothing about. All you do is control him to look at cameras, close doors, and turn on lights, and that's it. Yeah,
and get jump scared.
And get jump scared. Yep, by animatronic animals.
I'm surprised they didn't utilize more on the jump scares in the movie.
Well,
for how often it happens in the game.
Oh yeah, like I know that's like the main thing that the game was known for. But if you turn that into a movie, it's like we saw this in the game. Like this is the exact same thing. It wouldn't really do much for the movie. But
and a lot of movies use jump scares, and I think it's tacky.
Yes.
I mean, if it's well timed and you're only doing it once, maybe twice,
right?
That's why I like The Pope's Exorcist so much, because it's a horror movie with zero jump scares.
Yeah.
And that's your chance to enjoy the story and let the story itself scare you.
See, that's what I like more about. I mean, the only other movie that really had freaked me out as far as jump scares go, and this was over 10 years ago, was Sinister. It's the only one that really freaked me out with the jump scares. Since then, haven't really came across a lot of movies like that really freak me out with a jump. Maybe with one, but if they keep doing it several times, you start kind of getting tired of it.
The only one that ever got me, well, and it wasn't just from the jump scare in the movie, but it was the Ring, not the Ring 2, but the first one. And I don't remember what the scene was, but like everybody in the theater jumped at the same time that it happened, and all the seats went back. So that between that and what was going on the screen made me jump. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Do you remember what
that would have either been at the very beginning when they were panning into the girl's face as her face changed.
Yeah.
Then later on, when that same girl was found in the closet and you see the result of her face after meeting someone.
Yeah, that was now that I remember scared the hell out of me.
Oh yeah. Now Get There Forever. Yeah, like that actually was a scary movie. Paranormal Activity, they had some very good jump scares, like well timed ones. Yeah, those ones were good. Better
Activity?
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least better than most horror films I've seen as far as jump scares.
The only jump scare that I saw that was in that movie that would even be remotely considered jump scare is at the very end where Kate's face turned into a demon and she rushes the camera. I
That
don't
is true. Yeah,
recall anything being a jump scare in that movie.
Yeah, they
the
say
only
the
one
best
I
for last.
remember too.
The best for last. Here's a good horror film that has good jump scares.
Oh, Wreck. Yeah, Wreck is good.
Yeah, this has great jump scares.
And Brad, hang on one second. I gotta say this right now. Can put together a jump scare movie that will make you run. I don't even want to know what that movie is.
Oh yeah,
Pictures of his ex.
Oh yeah. I also speaking of and, picture of his ex. Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
take a breath, Nick. Take a breath.
Yeah.
Nick actually snorted. I heard it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You did. It's recorded.
Snort?
Yep, it's recorded.
I'm gonna have to go back and look because I don't remember making
It's me.
I snorted.
Oh, it was timed really well with Nick's video then.
Yep.
Well, we can timestamp it. 1 hour, 5 minutes.
Yeah, what's
Poor Nick.
Yep. And
Oh, bugger.
and speaking of endings, what I love at the end of this movie of Five Nights at Freddy's when they actually play the song that because the game also had a song from back then. And here, remember this here.
Oh, it's that.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, the song was basically like, brings up like that great point in the game. Like what I always asked since the beginning of playing, I was just
You're
like,
right.
I actually just decided to go back quickly, just rewind to that moment, like just putting the earbud in to see what the snore was. All right, guys, you guys are right.
yeah. Next time, take our word for it.
Now about the ending, it says here that Matt Lillard was fatally wounded. So into the movie, he's dead.
Yeah.
Now, and I saw somebody saying that he was signed on for 3 movies. So I get the whole thing about him being in the second one because game number 2 was basically the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in game number 3, was the ghost of William Afton in there?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like it was the spirit of William Afton inside of the Springtrap animatronic.
He was still alive when they closed that door, though.
Yeah, he was. He was basically the animatronics basically just killed him and left him in that storeroom for dead as revenge for their deaths.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a fairly decent ending for the fun to wrap up with. But they weren't gonna just end it with some cheap jump scares. You know.
So maybe what they'll end up doing is that in the 3rd movie, it'll reveal that he actually is alive instead of dead. They just thought he was dead, and he just went away and waiting to come back at the right time.
Yeah, he was basically just left there to die. Like Brad was saying, like he wasn't dead, but he was dying. Like so, basically by the time they closed that door, he was pretty much dead because those Springtrap locks that were embedded into him, like those were fatal injuries. Like there's no way someone could survive that.
Now how did you say his name, Don? Because it seems like you were able to solve it. What's his name? How did you pronounce it?
Forev.
Gazetter Forev. Okay, what are your theories onto what happened to Garrett? We know he's dead. Brother said he killed him. Do you think he was the failed animatronic on the floor with the faulty latches and rosy cheeks?
Could have been. Yeah, that's a good theory. You know, he could have been. I was thinking, were those animatronics ones that Afton had failed to control or something? Like I was trying to speculate a few theories on that myself.
Hello, Charles from Texas.
Hey, Charles. Hey,
he's actually watched. No, go ahead, Don.
I was saying, Charles, gotta tell you, man, I love Texas. Great state. You know, I've had some good experiences there.
He's actually watched a few of our shows on our network, so I'm actually familiar who Charles is. So, yeah, I've seen him before. Good to see you again, Charles.
Yeah. Scare Report was, that's right. And he managed to get out unlike the first guy in the beginning. Oh, hey, Billy. I see you've joined us through Twitch. One theory is that Garrett maybe. I thought maybe he was live by that, but I wanted to think that he was like one of the failed animatronics. But that is a good
Billy,
thought.
I just want to answer his question. No, it's not on my channel. Well, it's on my face. I can see it's broadcasting on my Facebook, but no, it's not broadcasting on my actual YouTube channel. But
You're on the Page Network channel.
yeah, this is the Things Network channel.
Yes, it is. That's right. It's all. Yeah, it's on. I stream this all on all kinds of. I may consider, now that I'm setting up a Twitch account of my own, I'm thinking about maybe having this on there as well.
Yeah,
Also, the whole
Billy.
reason-
If you're looking at it through Things Network, this is where all of our shows broadcast, mine included, as well as Supernatural Talk, all the other shows.
Well, only a couple of shows actually make it to the
And
channel.
mine.
Oh, really? I thought they were later also added, like we did with the YouTube channel.
No, Facebook is the only one that has every show live. YouTube is the only one that has every show on there, whether live or updated or uploaded. But LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, those are the only ones where just a select few actually go live because they are connected to this StreamYard.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This
Right.
was Balloon Boy kind of following Mike around, so it would make sense.
Also, the reason why they cut. Yeah, that's true, Billy.
Absolutely right. Yes. Absolutely right.
And
I'm sorry.
I spotted her pretty quick as soon as I saw her. I was like, "That's the chick from Benny and June."
oh yeah,
I know she's done other things, but that's just what popped into my head. So
oh man. So here. The other theory is that she'll show up with a bear. Oh, Marinette. I remember the Marinette puppet. Yeah, from the second game. Oh man, yeah. Like there's like several different characters we have yet to see from the games in the film series. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the sequel is going to give us. Like, are they going to do that thing where they go to different time periods at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza like they did in the games? Because yeah, I'm not sure if they really can do much with the timeline that they've given us in the movie. You know, as far as Mike and Abby and Vanessa.
The Twitch viewer here says, Night in the Museum, we see the Ben Stiller character finally accepting the role as the caretaker of the museum. Pieces coming to life at night. You see Mike doing the same thing in part 2, where we see him fighting for his life and destroying the animatronics.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure if they're going to stick to Mike's story. They might should change things around that, like create a whole new story in a different time period. I feel like that's kind of the formula they're going to go with.
Well, part 2 is the prequel anyway, and that's before Mike even comes into play, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
if the movies follow the video games, they may not.
Right.
But they do. They even follow. I was gonna bring this up. That character Foxy, like he was like still making that. Whenever he's like, where you can like sense his presence like in the game when he does this thing like humming thing that he does like going in the movie like dum 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 like something like that. And so they did that pretty well. Oh, here. What
That's what you think of no. Nick is the only one that gets that joke.
That was okay. Just to throw it out real quick. To make a long story short, this was back on our trip to Colorado, and Scott was driving in the car. We were driving in the car, and he had the what was it, an Alexa or a GPS system, Jeremy?
No, he actually had his phone connected to the video thing on his dashboard, and he had Facebook on there, Messenger, text messages. He could do everything through that for his phone, and he had voice turned on, and he didn't realize it, and he was saying something, and it was transcribing what he was saying. Then all of a sudden he said no, and it transcribed the no on there. And Nick and I were in the back watching this happening. busted out laughing, and somebody got a video of us laughing.
I think we must have laughed for like 45 minutes. It was so damn
at least. At least it got to where Scott was laughing so hard, and he almost had to stop because he couldn't see the drive.
We literally had to pull. We almost pulled over by the side of the road just to finish laughing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, here, Bill, Bill. Oh, hey, I'm gonna bring this up. Billy's saying like, once this movie is successful, if they do a prequel, like box office wise, well, the movie did get success despite being released in theaters and on Peacock at the same time. You know, when like literally anybody could just stay at home and watch on Peacock, but most people just went to the movie theater and saw it. Surprisingly, so it made. At this point, I believe it made 200 or just over 250 million against a $20 million budget. So
that's successful, very successful.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
and I'm sure even if it got viewed on Peacock, they're still getting some almost like a royalty, like what they do with songs on the radio. Every time somebody watches the movie on Peacock, I'm sure they are getting something from that.
So I think somebody here was just making a Saw reference.
Yeah. Be careful with that one too.
Yeah, I got you. No worries, I got you. But yeah, I got you, Jeremy. But this movie was surprisingly, I mean, it's not the best adaptation, but it's definitely not the worst. I've definitely seen far worse than this. As far as Five Nights at Freddy's being adapted film, this does an amazing job, like being faithful to the franchise, to the lore, to like the characters, everything, the animatronics. Yeah, seriously, I actually really did enjoy this when we all got together for that watch party. And wanted to ask you all, what was your favorite animatronic? What was your favorite animatronic in Five Nights at Freddy's?
The fox.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Jill?
Cupcake.
Cupcake.
Yeah. Nikki?
Yes, Fox.
The fox? Yeah. So, Tom?
Fox, yeah.
I like Freddy.
Yeah, Freddy, he was great. I do love Freddy as well. Yeah. But, so Nick, what do you got? What would you think your favorite was?
I'm gonna have to go between Freddy and what was the rap dude's name?
Bonnie.
Yeah.
And the fox, yeah, I like you were saying that, Nikki. The fox just does that scatting thing, that dum 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 dum. So yeah, now we know what the fox says.
Yeah,
for over 10 years, people have been asking through that song, what does the fox say? Well, this movie has the answer.
there you go.
See, Brad's making all these.
Billy said that.
Okay.
Billy says Exorcist was on Peacock, but I'm not seeing it.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that on Peacock.
No, I see other Exorcist movies, but not that particular one.
Yeah,
Peacock.
Let's see. Oh, it earned 78 million on the opening weekend, and let's see, it's the third highest opening box office weekend of any horror film. So, yeah, this did set box office record. So this movie definitely within the first. Now that it's almost a month since its release, it's definitely now made its place in history.
To answer your question, Billy, because he was asking me this, like I said, I'm only temporarily leaving. I will be coming back eventually, but no, I could still do reactions with Don, although I don't know exactly when we'll be able to do it because with the holidays coming up, it's going to be busy for us. So It might not even be until the new year that we could really do another video project if we have any time. That is, Don.
I'm curious about the Scooby-Doo project. What Scooby-Doo project are we talking about here?
It's a parody of the Blair Witch Project with Scooby-Doo characters.
Really?
Animated or live action?
Animated.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
I think I'd like to see that.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we're not violating copyright. Hopefully they'll allow me to keep it on the channel. But if they don't, I was trying to think, who am I supposed to contact if I know now that I'm supposed to contact somebody if it gets blocked, if any of my content gets blocked. But I'm trying to figure out how that works. Like, who am I supposed to contact?
Basically, when it comes to YouTube, they're going to do whatever you want, no matter what you do.
Yeah, figures.
Oh,
I think this is the most in the span of an hour. This is the most I've heard the word peacock in my life. And if it continues, my immature sense of humor isn't going to be able to handle it much more.
Well, I'm going to say it one more
Uh-oh.
time. I don't see Exorcist Believer on Peacock.
guys, real quick. I don't know if you guys just saw in the private chat. Nikki does have to go.
That was me. That was me that snorted then.
Yeah.
But I saw your message,
Yeah,
Nikki. Yeah, she's got to pick up her daughter. So
Yes. I got you, Nikki. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining us on this, Nikki.
Yeah.
See you later.
take care,
Take
Nikki.
care.
Thanks for having me, guys. See you later. Have a good day.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Peacock.
Bye.
And really quick, I have to comment on that, Tom. Donald Martin and I did a review of a wrestling show from back in 1994. And the ring announcer, Howard Finkel, he was having this feud with one of the managers. And the manager was kind of berating him while he was sitting down. And he just stood up and the manager ran off. And one of the guys on the commentating team said, "Whoa, he just stood up like a peacock." And it was just funny because this is on USA, not knowing that less than 30 years later, that would actually be on Peacock.
Oh, man.
So I just had to throw that out there for you.
Because that's what they do when you got to pee. They do stand up.
But in the spirit of keeping this clean, we will not talk about the Katy Perry song. We will stay away from that.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more on that.
Okay, back to the show.
Yeah, let's back to the show before it gets any uglier.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to throw that out there for a split second.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. But so now that this movie's out, you think they would actually go as far as actually creating a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, like just as like a fan kind of a thing? Like actually create just one restaurant, just one somewhere.
Maybe they could.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great if they could do that.
that would be
Yeah.
good.
It's like,
And-
and the question is, if they did, would any of you guys go?
Sure.
I would-
Make it
Yeah.
like an escape room.
That's a
Oh
good
yeah,
idea.
that'd be
Yeah.
crazy as an escape room.
You know what? I would basically say if that ever came, like someone invited me saying, "You want to go to this? You guys want to go to this special? What are they calling in the film? I forgot the name of it.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Yeah, they asked me to go. I definitely would. I'd be like, you bet your ass.
It wouldn't surprise me with the success of the first film, plus the game, and also there is a book series out as well.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me at all if Universal Studios did a thing like the Pizza Parlor, like they have done with so many other different things. Like recently they did the whole circus tent with Killer Clowns.
They could. I could totally see it happening. Like at least at Universal Studios, I could actually see this happening. Them actually building a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Yeah.
And
I would fully expect that to happen.
and I know I know that somewhere out there somebody's going to make a haunted house based on Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, they did that for The Last of Us, so why stop there? You know,
Brad, I will never even go to that escape room if you build one and you put that one thing in it. I'm not even gonna. Go find someone else who likes that.
It's a requirement if he does that. It's
Oh,
a requirement.
I won't be there. That
It's going to be simply called Nick's Room.
the next room.
Recreation
there was
of
a
that.
scene like that.
I would rather be in an escape room where everything is where basically you're stuck to Gorilla Glue and you got to try to free yourself. I'd rather do that than having what Brad's going to put in that room.
Well,
Make it a complete and total recreation of the
Yeah,
room
see?
from the room from Creep Show. The guy with all the roaches.
Yeah. I'd rather get stuck in Gorilla Glue to escape than having one live roach that flies.
What about on Craft?
What he's going to have is a little bitty spray can.
All the roaches on the Craft.
Yeah. Oh, here, Dave & Buster's restaurant teamed up with Blumhouse for a Five Nights at Freddy's theme opening weekend. Wow. Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
I wonder which Dave & Buster's that was.
Yeah, and why wasn't I informed of this when it came out?
It probably was in a different state.
Yeah, I mean, are there other Dave & Buster's across the country, or is that just a Chicago thing?
No, we got them.
I have one.
Oh,
well, empty cans of roach killers. Sorry, Nick, you'd be out of luck.
Every one of them empty.
So here's the twist. Here's the twist. The can will be empty, but he opens it up. It's a cockroach.
yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. He was like that. That just sounds like something out of like Saw, almost like what Jigsaw is trying to do to me.
And so, basically, so basically, Nick, Brad would be trolling you, just giving you canisters of bug spray, but they're empty. You find that.
Hello, Nick.
Yeah, you find that out the hard way.
Hello, Nick. I want to play a game.
We need a voice clip of that, Tom. And so
Yes.
a bunch of us. We need a voice clip of that.
That's easy enough.
Oh, here. Yeah, I only saw the first escape room, Billy. I saw that with someone, but the other escape room. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure everybody else has seen it. We may cover that down the road. Yes.
I've heard of that, and I'm very interested in those movies.
Yeah. All right. Well, we gotta wrap this up now. So, it's getting close to that time. So, so in a nutshell, Five Nights at Freddy's, not the best movie, but it is fun to watch if you're a fan of the game series. If you are familiar with the lore, if you like the whole idea of a Chuck E. Cheese knockoff filled with animatronics that want to kill you, so
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Very good for what it was.
Yes.
Again, not great, but I didn't think it was bad at all. There was no bad acting, no bad direction, no bad cinematography.
Yeah,
true.
It seemed like an actual movie that a big time director would have done.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. I liked it.
Great film.
Great. Yeah, it was a good one. So, so as far as announcements go, I'm gonna release another reaction video tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to see if I can film a few more, despite the construction noise that's going on. So that's what's been holding me back on some of the reaction videos, the construction that goes on outside of my condo from time to time. Don't want any of that noise pollution. So, and let's see, Thursday I will go back to playing some more Spider-Man 2. Absolutely love that game. Cannot stop playing. It's amazing. And so yeah, that's what I got as far as this week. Kate is asking me what's my YouTube. My YouTube channel is my name. Just type in Don Elmy and you will see my face. So,
and here's the question too: you still got to go to Pickle Tom's channel. He needs more subscribers.
Yes,
I can always use more.
This is Tom's world.
I've actually gotten.
What we had on that ticker for that one.
Oh yeah.
Where's our ticker?
I don't recall anybody even saying it yet tonight.
No, I didn't say it at all.
Yeah, well, now I did, so I had to put it up. What the hell? How come we haven't said this yet?
I have actually got a small little bump of subscribers that I normally don't have. A lot of that is thanks to that article that I was in. And I did post links to the article on the YouTube community tab. So if you wanted to go check that out.
Nice.
And there's a new video up where I actually travel in the Poconos and then I go into Buttsville, New Jersey. Yes, Buttsville, New Jersey. And I do a food review of Hot Dog Johnny's.
You didn't see any butts in the way?
No, there were a lot of assholes there, but no butts.
Well, that's why it's called Buttsville.
There you go.
Buttsville, Bird in Hand, PA, Intercourse, PA. There's all kinds of. I'm not making these
Hot dog
places up.
review in Buttsville.
That's right. I sure did. I went and I ate a wiener.
Make this
I ate a wiener in Buttsville. Actually, I had two.
You know, Tom, that really sounds bad. Sounds so bad.
Oh man. So yeah, Nick. Anybody else have any announcements?
Yeah. So okay, I
had
know I
three.
said originally tonight was going to be the my final appearance, and now apparently I got to push it back for one more week for Thanksgiving. So next week will be the real last episode before I go on my hiatus. But additionally to that too, tomorrow with Nick Files, I'm going to be doing one. Well, again, not necessarily the final episode, but also somewhat final episode of Files where I have a presentation. Where we're going to be covering another type of cryptid, and this is actually something I wish Nikki was still on for, because this would be kind of surprising for her, is the fact that I've been covering what have been known as these phantom cats. Apparently, there's another type of animal that's been seen in this area where they're not normally native to. Again, they're considered cryptids. They're actually known as phantom kangaroos, which it's again. There are these animals that are shown in are being cited. There actually are unexplained reports and sightings of these creatures throughout the United States, and there's different theories on what they could be.
They're were kangaroos.
Maybe.
Where
And then forward to the Graven back for Thursday with me, Lois, Rosie, and Wayne. We were supposed to do this last week, but we had to push it back because I wasn't able to get the presentation done in time, and now I do. We're going to cover on Hurricane Mitch for the 25th anniversary of this deadly hurricane. Thanksgiving in Buttsville video. But yeah, we're going to be covering Hurricane Mitch onto the Graven back this Thursday for the anniversary. Again, it's going to be quite a story to talk about. And then Thursday, Jeremy, we got not John, right? Or do we?
Yeah, I'll add that on my announcements after you're done.
All right, then I'll come back to we'll come back to that then. And then finally for Friday, I think we're supposed to I know we were supposed to have him last week. I think possibly this week. I think we're supposed to have Greg on, I believe. I got to check with Lois on it. So that would be awesome to see Greg again, of course.
Oh, hey, Liam.
That's all I got to bring up.
Hey, Liam. Yeah, we're doing great. We just discussed Five Nights at Freddy's, we're actually wrapping this up right now. So, yeah, I'm sorry that you missed this, but Liam, I'll be back tomorrow with another reaction video, and on Thursday where I'll be continuing with some more Spider-Man 2 live stream. Love that game, so I can't wait to get back to playing it. But hope everything's going great with you, man. So yeah, it's good to hear from you.
Jeremy, you want to make the announcements quickly then?
Yeah, for my announcement, tonight is actually the first of 5 shows I'm doing this week.
Oh my God! So you know how I feel that.
Oh yeah. So tomorrow we're doing a special episode of Mars on Wrestling where Donald and I are going to be reviewing the Superfan documentary about a fan he's in his 60s and he has been to more than 1,000 wrestling shows over the last 40 years. So we're going to be reviewing that documentary and talking about him because there's a lot of stuff on there that really pulls at the heartstrings. And then Thursday night on Supernatural Talk, we're going to be having John Ward on. He is the author of the recently released Scareville books, which are young adult, like a second generation of Goosebumps, if you will. I have not read them. I have them, but they are on queue for my reading list, but that won't be until January, February before I get to those. And he's actually getting ready to release his 4th book of that series here in in a week. Christmas edition. Again, that's Scareville. And on Friday, 13th Dimension, I will have Jacqueline Dixon on. She is a paranormal investigator out of the UK. And in her fun time, she actually works at the theater where she is acting on stage. So that particular show, we're going to be talking about her theater work. It's part of my series where I bring in the paranormal investigators on, and we get to know the person behind the paranormal that we see.
Oh. You ought to have Tom on then, so we can talk about this is Tom's world.
I'll talk about pickles
and hot dogs in Buttsville.
And on Sunday, I'm supposed to be a part of a show. I don't know exactly what it is or even what it's called. I was just asked about it this morning. Apparently, it's a pretty big deal, some sort of a panel. So I'll be getting more details on that. I haven't gotten anything. Hopefully, I'll know tomorrow. But I'm supposed to be on some kind of a show Sunday evening, I think.
It's funny you brought up John because I saw him earlier this year at OSR at ParasiteCon. So I know him really well. Definitely be great to see him again.
Yeah, I can't wait to read those
Thank
books.
you.
I really want to read those books. It's just that this year is all Stephen King, and next year I'm getting into everybody but Stephen King.
Oh, and just so you guys know, because I just spoke to her, Kate will be joining us next week for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
But Stephen King.
The Thanksgiving film, not the actual day of Thanksgiving. Just want to be clear on that.
And that's all of my announcements.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right. Oh, here.
Yeah, I just showed that one.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Kate.
And Kate, I got your message. I'll reply back to you after we're done with the show.
All right. Great. Yeah, great. Yeah, I appreciate you subscribing to all of us, Kate. Thank you. So,
I'm not sure she subscribed to my channel. If not, I'll have to send it to her.
Okay. Well, so thank you guys so much for thank you to everybody for tuning in, and looking forward to the movie we'll cover next week. So Nick, would you possibly be able to join us next week to cover Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I just said that. I just said that it's about a minute or so ago. Yeah, I've decided to do so because there's one other thing I just realized that I wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't here for next week. You guys wouldn't be able to see my Thanksgiving outfit. You guys saw me dressed up for Halloween, so I better do the same. So I better do the same for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy, Jill, and Tom, and Nikki. I know. I'm not sure if she's watching right now, but thanks anyway, Nikki, for joining. And here. Kate,
you'll have to wait and see.
Like from Friends, you get the big sunglasses on it and just start dancing.
All right.
Oh, and really quick on Joe. He is bringing a show to the Things Network. It'll be starting on Black Friday.
Oh.
His show will be coming on Friday nights at 5 Central, 6 Eastern, called Insane Asylum. And also on top of that, his Wisconsin team, his Wisconsin paranormal team is joining things where they are not only just Insane Asylum, the paranormal team, but they are also going to double as Things of Wisconsin.
We did it. We're growing.
Yes. Oh, here.
That's 8 chapters of us now.
Yeah. So, Liam, to answer your question, here with me is Nick. He's my childhood friend of mine, and Jeremy, Tom, Jeremy, Jill, and Tom. They're all with us on the Things Network. So, and they join us when we cover different movies on the FearFans podcast. So.
And I just want to say now you can pretty much say now too, Don, because since we just brought up Joe, so Joe's now part of our network as well.
All right. Nice. Yeah, glad to have you here on the team with us, Joe. Yep. So hope you guys enjoyed and have a good night. And see you guys next week. Bye.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.